Hi, my name is Mayang.
Maya, okay.
I'm currently studying English literature at UNTAG Surabaya.
Okay.
Here, I'm at second semester.
Alright, okay. Hi Maya, pleased to meet you.
Nice to meet you as well. I will ask you 5 questions.
Okay, fine.
I promise this not take
Yeah, it's alright. No
longer
worries.
time. Okay. The first question: what will you do if you were a student in the current era? I mean, what will you do if you were me? We're facing the transition from online studying to offline studying. What will you do?
Okay, actually, first thing and foremost, if I were to put my shoes as a student, I would feel very stressed out.
Yes.
Okay, because it's not easy to actually transition between face-to-face to online.
Yeah.
I think I would worry a lot because I would wonder how am I going to cope with understanding what I need to do. How will I, perform
Yeah.
and get the results that I want? And how would I actually manage the tons of online classes I need to watch,
Yeah.
do the assignments, divide my time,
Yeah.
and at the same time managing what I also need to do for my family back. I think I would feel very stressed. If you ask me what would I do, I think I would actually, I might approach other friends or my instructors or, to discuss how am I going to manage all these problems. You ask me the word, I'll say I will be stressed.
Yeah, I can relate because I'm stressed as well. And ma'am,
Okay, one question that will come definitely. How do I cope with this problem? I mean, with these new norms, new reality. Okay, so how do I cope with this? Will I be how to say? Is it going to be a struggling learning environment for me? Okay, dealing with this all these online things. Okay, like what Dr. Shamini said just now. Okay, of course we feel depressed, we feel stressed. Okay, because learning online is something totally different. Okay, you have a lot of assignments to do because everything is online, and the instructors would assume that you can do it because this is online. You have no longer to be physically in class, so you can study anytime, everywhere. So just do it, okay? But definitely, I will feel stressed and depressed.
okay.
But it's just a matter of how we cope with this problem, with this situation, right?
Right. Second question is, in your opinion, is online learning effective for students?
Affected students.
Yes. Is it effective? I mean,
You mean students being affected
Yeah.
by online learning?
Yeah.
Yeah, of course. Okay, if not 100%, it would be 95%. Yeah, most of the students, they are affected.
okay.
Mentally, physically, right? Yeah, I would rather say that mentally. They are not
Positive
actually,
or negative?
they are not actually prepared for this because during 2020, when the MCO started, we are in the shock. Definitely, we were in the shock. Okay, because for some students, they are not exposed to this online learning. However, as for teachers, instructors, we do have. Sometimes we do teach them online, so we actually some sort of we have some sort of preparedness in ourselves. But as for the students, yeah, they
Came as a shock.
They fell short. Yeah,
So you think it's effective?
yeah,
Yeah.
definitely.
How about Ma'am Sharmini? Do you think
talk-
it's effective as well?
I mean online learning.
Yeah.
Per se, that means if actually I wouldn't say we feel that it is effective. I
Yeah.
mean the world thinks it's effective. But I think it boils down to how you actually manage and address it. So whether to say whether it's 100% effective, like I think what we explained earlier on, because the way of assessment changes. All right. So to me, I would say effective when I give a small task and you do it. And because it's different from face to face. Why effective is, when you do online, every end of the class there's a task that you need to do, right? And it doesn't happen in a face-to-face class, because face-to-face class you only submit your assessments and your exam like maybe 3 or 4 times, but every time in the class is just learning. But for assessment, why it becomes more effective, because for every online lesson you have a small task that you need to complete. So by the completion of that task, it accumulates into something that you learn at the end. And why it's effective? Because you get to learn at your own pace.
Yes.
You're learning it from anywhere, anytime.
Yeah.
There's no stress over where you have to waste time traveling, dressing up. You know, you can actually learn from your bed.
Yeah.
And then if you're lazy, you can just record it, let the class go on. But
Yeah.
you know, when you're feeling okay, you just listen to it again, and you can listen to it more than 10 times. So if you say it's effective, I would say as an instructor, it should be effective. But in reality, of course, we have to do a lot of research to see how effective is it.
Okay.
So I hope it answered your question.
And as we know, we face COVID-19 in the last almost 2 years, almost 3 years.
Yeah.
What's your impression teach online?
Okay, I would say the first time I was scared.
Yeah.
Okay, as much as y'all were stressed having to learn online, I was stressed actually having to teach you online, because it came as a shock, right? I think we were not prepared that it was going to last up to 2 years. You know, at the first time I thought maybe it was going to take a couple of months. And then next thing you know, it was something that we had to do day to day. It became part and parcel of our life.
Yeah.
So you asked me, but of course at the end of the 2 years, we learned something.
Yeah.
We learned to hone our skills. We actually found ourselves trying to find best ways to actually teach on. So that was what the process I went through, from scared, alright, from unsure, from wondering whether were students going to actually absorb what I was teaching. But you ask me now, after 2 years, I'll say I'm more confident, and I prefer to teach online rather than face-to-face for certain topics, certain subjects, because I find it more practical and effective.
How about Ma'am
Okay.
Sharmini?
From my experience, when you teach online, you have a lot to do. Okay, as for us instructors, lecturers, we need to prepare more than our normal face-to-face class. Okay, take for example, if one class, one subject, we only require one time to prepare materials for the students. Okay, when it comes to online classes, let's say we have 4 different groups, so we have to actually prepare for all 4 different classes differently.
Exactly.
Okay, and another thing is that is the
Preparation
disadvantage
part,
lah, the disadvantage of online. But advantages of this online learning, you can actually use so many resources. Okay, so many resources online. For example, you can use varieties of methods, approaches to teach your students. That is the most interesting part that I want to explore more. Okay, when teaching online. So I would say I prefer to teach online, but sometimes we do need to have
That face-to-face.
Yeah, face-to-face with the students. Okay.
Okay. The last question is, what do you think about UNTAG Surabaya?
UNTAG Surabaya. I would say very beautiful university and friendly colleagues, and also very supportive students. Okay, especially those because throughout 2 years we have been teaching online UNTAG Surabaya. We found out that mostly the students are very actively involved in the class. They engage themselves, even though sometimes it takes time for the students to cope with the lessons, to adapt, to adopt. Okay, but everything is good, is great about UNTAG Surabaya.
Thank you so much. That's all the question has been asked. Thank you so much for your time.
Okay, welcome.
Thank you very much, Esther.
I hope we can see you on the next occasion.
Yes, of course, we are hoping to have you visit us
I
as well.
think we're gonna have another 3 years teaching
2 years of
teaching
teaching online.
to
I think we
students.
hope to have like you say, more face-to-face engagement.
I hope so.
Maybe a mixture of online, and then maybe having you all coming over there for student mobility. So I think then we'll have a more bilateral, more effective bilateral, how to say, engagement.
Okay.
Right. Thank you for having us. Actually.
Thank you for your
Okay,
time.
thank you
Thank you so much.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1 and close the door.